What's going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode 85. Hope everyone is doing well as they possibly can. I know it's been very tough to start the season, and apologies really. It's been a bit of a mad one. Me and Josh have done our recording for the Hemmings versus Hayner, and everything has just been a bit of a nightmare today.
All going to pot, mate.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a madness. But yeah, no Neil tonight. Neil is obviously finding it quite hard to do Thursday, so you know, in the near future, we might have to sort something out that obviously all three of us can do it. But yeah, as always, make sure you like, subscribe to me, subscribe to Josh's channel as well. Obviously, follow us both on TikTok if you haven't already. Yeah, get in your comments. Obviously, I've seen a few comments. Ben Gill, your one, late gas. I know it's been very annoying. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining. Of course, if you're watching back live as well, then make sure you leave your thoughts as well. Of course, get in the comments. Loads of things to talk about, you know, from the last two games, new signing, obviously Chesterfield. We'll get onto that as well. But yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave your comments. Yeah, joined by Josh. How are you doing, mate? Good to speak to you again today.
Oh, I'm good, brother. I mean, we have had a day of it, haven't we, you and I, all these recordings. I mean, good Lord, the Wi-Fi situation. No, it turns out it wasn't Wi-Fi, was it? It's blooming Safari. So yeah. At least we figured it out, mate. But yeah, man, I'm good. I really enjoy our little Hemmings and Hayner stuff. I'm in the midst of editing it as well. So yeah, guys, look out for that. It's a good one. We had a good laugh. And yeah, bro, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, thanks to everyone that's in the comments so far. Forum Blue, Max, yeah, Ben Gill, Aaron Taylor, yeah, everyone else as well. So yeah, get in your comments. Yeah, even to Tom as well. Yeah, Neil. Yeah, like I just mentioned, this to do with work. He's still doing the same sort of work, but it's obviously different days. Sometimes he's away from home, etc. So, yeah, hopefully we can sort something out. But yeah, even to you, Tom, George Ficknell as well. Yeah, thanks to everyone. There's already 50 of you, so appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, let's get into the signing first. We'll save Cambridge and Fleetwood, you know, for in a bit. But yeah, let's get on to the signing. New centre-back, 10th signing of the season. Our first loan player as well. Yeah, centre-half from Barnsley. You know, quite tall, meant to be decent on the ball. You know, like I've said on my two recent videos I put out, you know, I don't really care as long as he's good defender, as long as he's better than what we've got. And yeah, fingers crossed, he can be a good signing. I don't really know a lot about him. You know, I know that obviously local lad, technically, because, you know, he grew up in Bristol after he come over from Poland. Been at a few, you know, been at City in the youth, Brighton, Southampton, Sheffield United. He's been at some big clubs, but he just hasn't really found that settled place, really. What have you made of the signing, and what do you think of it? And let us know in the comments as well.
I always use the word superb, and I've been clipped a couple times, so I'm trying not to use that word. But in that 23-24 season, before his injury at Barnsley, he was superb. And you've got to think, what, he was 20, 21 at that time. He looks to have regained his best form last season at Ross County on loan. And I think that he's an exciting signing. I tell you now, mate, he doesn't take any crap.
No,
he will absolutely fly through you. And I think that he is a very similar Connor replacement, you know, same stature, similar height, same build, same game style, same kind of outlook on defending. So I think it's good. I think it's a good signing. I always get a little bit squeaky bum time with loan defenders. We haven't really had the best ones over the last couple of seasons when they've been with us anyway, because then they've gone on to have great careers. You look at, I thought Lewis Gibson, by the way, was superb for us.
Yeah, Gibson.
Kramer, you know, Tristan Kramer got a bit of stick when he was with us. Now he plays for Millwall. So, but yeah, I'm a bit scarred of, you know, still swing calls and Elkin Baggett and all that stuff. Like, I'm hoping that he settles well and that DC can get the best out of him, because he does look like a monster when he's fully fit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, because I think Ben got some detail off. Is it Katie, her name? You know, the one on TikTok, very well followed. Yeah, so I messaged her, and yeah, basically what Ben said. Apparently, he seems to be a very, temperamental. Can make some sort of silly challenges at times. Like you said, looking at him, he looks like a brute, but apparently he can be very, sort of silly at times. Obviously, still, rash is that's the word I was looking for. But yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Because, like you said, he started, I think, fairly well from what I've seen when he did at Barnsley. But yeah, he's had a couple of, I think it was something to do with his shoulder, I believe.
I think so.
So.
I can't remember, but I remember seeing him in sling at some point and on some sort of in something. It's weird, isn't it? Because shoulder injuries, from a medical aspect, so from my background, my work background, I can tell you now that they are awful.
They're a bugger, aren't they?
One twinge in the structure in your ligaments and tendons, they don't stay the same. So I can imagine in a footballing capacity, in a physical game, I can imagine that must be a real kicker, because it's not even your legs that are the thing doing the issue.
Yeah.
I hope that he's back to full fitness, man. I think that he's gone away to the Scottish Prem, which I do think gets slept on a little bit when it comes to quality. Like, there is a bit of quality out there. So I'm hoping he's been tested. I'm hoping that he's back fully fit, back to full fitness, and I'm hoping he's raring to go. And hopefully we'll enjoy being back home, if you will.
Yeah. It's like you said. SGS college.
Man, isn't it? That is crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty mental. The one thing that is weird to me, and I said it on both my TikToks or on YouTube stuff already, but it's really weird that because obviously I think you heard the same thing, that we were sort of getting linked to a centre back that Daryl has had before. And I almost guessed it. I was looking at some centre backs, realistic ones. Like Connor Hall come to mind, but he's a quality centre back. He's never going to leave Port Vale.
Never.
I was looking at the one. Is it Will Forrester or something? Forrester, the ones at Bolton who Daryl signed from Stoke, I believe. And then, the one that obviously we've signed now. It's weird though, because DC said that even though he was at Barnsley, DC played him in 2 games and then loaned him out. So that seems sort of really weird to me. He said obviously when the Rovers put it out on Twitter that he's someone that he worked with before, but he was there 2 games and he loaned him out. And obviously he didn't have he played a lot of games. I think 30 games, 30 starts, just under 2,500 minutes. Obviously, the thing is as well is that he got relegated with Ross County, so it almost sums Rovers up. But now I've already said I'm not seeing a lot of him, but I'm using that word again. Hopefully, he settles well and he can come into hopefully slot straight in on Saturday. Really, people will see the Hemmings versus Hainer, but one of the little talking points on there was maybe a new centre back might come in at the start.
That's the 2 points already.
There we go.
No, I forgot about that. No.
I've already got the points on there, so that's decent.
6-0 already.
Here we go.
Yeah, cheeky little bugger. I mean, listen, he is coming into a side that we need people to hit the ground running. Like, it's not a case of like, we'll slowly kind of, you need to do it now. You need to do it now, because. And I know it's only 2 games in, people. I get that. But, imagine if you go 3-4 games without a win. That could be 9-12 points behind already. So it's you need to hit the ground running. What I have learned as well, and this is maybe a maturing thing, I suppose, since I've started doing content creation. I listen to some of the older fans who tell me sometimes, you should ignore the early loan moves in a player's career, in a young player's career, because he's yes, all right, he's gone to Notts County, but he would have gone there when he was 21, 22. He's now 23. It's the experience, So when we look at the relegation on paper, when we look at these loans on paper, when you look at him that he's been at Southend and all this lot, like, you think, is he the guy? But you think players need stepping blocks. Look at Jarell Quansah, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
You
perfect
you
example.
you just I think we judge him for what he is when he pulls on the blue and white quarters, and I
Yeah.
think that I think he could even get the nod on Saturday. I have a feeling,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm not sure.
think you have to. I think you
Yeah.
have to personally. Obviously, we'll get into the last two performances, but I think you have to because it's one of those because what we've seen so far. I think it's one of the it's just one of those. I think you have to. A lot of people have already said it on X or Twitter, if you will. I think you have to start him because I think he needs obviously games. I don't think he's played yet so far this season in the cup game against Fleetwood or the
Yeah.
league game. So and yeah, I think you have to personally.
Actually, let me just yeah. I 110% I think he'll start actually because I'm going off of what we've said in Hemmings versus Hayner and what we want. But Daryl ain't gonna do what we want. If he's going back three, I reckon he'll start because I reckon he got a look at Taylor Moore and went, yeah, no. Like that mistake that Taylor made, I think just yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think he will come in straight from the start.
Yeah, I think you almost have to if you're going to bring in a centre back area. And from what Daryl said, there will be another centre half. Was it after Fleetwood? I think he said.
Yeah, he said two centre halves, two centre mids.
Yeah, but then even then, I think we need more.
We need a winger.
Yeah, we need. Yeah, I've said that countless times, but I'm not really sure. We've obviously seen the talk as well earlier that Dan, when he went to visit him at the quarters, basically said about Anthony, like he's not going to play at all. Not sure really what's going on there. Looked good in pre-season. Looks quick. Got a few goals. Likes to take on his man, but for whatever reason, he looks like he's going to be going out. There's a comment as well saying he needs to start Saturday, even if his shoulder is out. He will still be an upgrade on what we have. Yeah, it's one of them, innit? Because we desperately need to see something different. Because, like we mentioned, and we'll get into those two games now. From what we've seen for not just last season, but already this season, the same players keep getting chances, and it's annoying because when you look at it, it almost feels like there's not a curse, but there seems to be so many players that, and it happens at every club, don't get me wrong, but there seems to be so many players, even when you look at, I don't know, Quanza, or when you look at, even when the signings, when we signed to Tiriu, Shaq, Taylor Moore, Mola, Hutchinson is the biggest one. I think there's a lot of, frustration about him, where he's done so well, but it's really weird. But yeah, let's get on to, should we start with Cambridge first or Fleetwood? It doesn't really matter, does it? Let's just go with the most recent game first, and then we'll sort of brush over, because we all obviously knew, and we thought, and we were hoping that we were going to get off to a win against Cambridge, a side that also come down with us and that finished below us and was even worse than us throughout the whole season. Although when Neil Harris came in at the back end, they were picking up results. They were, keeping clean sheets. They were looking good defensively.
That's what he does, though, innit? That's what he does.
But then, it was, I don't know, me, you, and even Neil said, and Neil's took a lot of stick off people. Even Neil said, we'll draw 1-1 and then went on penalties. But they just chucked it in the face of all of us. And, there was 5 changes. Obviously you and a lot of people thought there was going to be loads of changes. I think I said 5 or 6. I think it was 5 in the end. But I mean, I had the comments that I had the other night after that game. You look like you're going to cry. You need to stop. You need to take a break, because it affects me so much. But I still can't believe like how bad that was. Like people say like you shouldn't be shocked, but that was, I think you can agree, and everyone in the comments as well, and everyone watching can agree that was the worst performance so far this season.
Oh, by a mile.
By a country mile. But I was just, not shocked, but I was just, it was almost like I was at the game. Like I said in my video, I wish I didn't go, to be honest, because it's just getting silly now, isn't it? Really, the fact that we started poorly as well. That the passes, short passes out of play, the goals conceded. I mean, we're just and I'll keep saying it. And I said it against Fleetwood. I've said it for God knows how many, videos that I've done. It's teams aren't having to play well against us. We're just literally gifting them 3 points. It's just so easy. Just the basics of football, really. Passing. Conte, I'm not really sure what's going on with him and a lot of players, because for the first goal, the touch that he passed off his foot, the long ball over the top. Obviously, Kilgore, weren't really expecting a poor touch like that, and then even Southwood, like, I didn't even realise how bad it was. But I don't know, the position, it just summed it up really, and then Ryan Loft. I'm sort of lost for words really. I was almost sort of laughing because you either laugh or you cry. I was just laughing because it was just crazy. I've run out of words really. What did you make of that game and the goals and everything?
The best way to describe the Cambridge game was completely spineless. Like, it was just the most spineless performance that you could have possibly gone out there and done. Mm-hmm. You're telling me that those players are 110% trying in that game? I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so. And I look at it. I look at that performance, and I think, yeah, there we go. There's last season. It didn't seem like anything had changed from last season from that performance alone. Do you know what it gave me? Swindon away in the Mickey Mouse Cup vibes. That's what it gave me.
Oh yeah,
man. Except Swindon looked all right in that game. Cambridge, they didn't do anything. We just allowed them to score 2 goals, and it just was, like I say, completely spineless. And I'm looking at a couple of those players, and I'm thinking, if we can sign 2 or 3 more players, maybe 4, 5, 6, but I'm talking about in their positions. You don't play. You don't play for this season. And that is, if you can't turn up at home to Cambridge United in the Carabao Cup, why are you here? Mm-hmm. Do you not like us? Do you not like the club? Do you not like the fans? Like, what are we doing here, lads? What are we doing here if that's how you're going to perform when you're paid to play football? Now, I think that there were a few unfair criticisms of a few players. Like, I'll get slated for this, but Neil put a tweet out saying, is anyone going to pay attention to that little Cypriot kiddie or whatever? And I actually didn't think Ruel was that bad. Like, he picked up the ball in some decent areas. He did drive. He did try. He wasn't great at all. But I don't think he was the worrying one. The players that I thought were really worrying in that was again, Conte. That was the worst performance I've ever seen him ever play in a Rover shirt. That was absolutely Pepto-Abysmal. That was horrendous. Even you could even put LT in that category as well. Just not. Why does he not shoot more?
I don't know.
Why are you not shooting? Why? Anyway, so there were again a few performances in the back line as well that weren't great. In the midfield, it just wasn't great. I was impressed with Howley. I thought Howley did all right. Southwood, what are you doing, mate? Like, no man's land was left in the bloody World Wars. What are we doing in there now? Like, where are you for that first goal? And it just screams to me. Individual mistakes that should be happening in pre-season, not when the competitive season starts. Individual mistakes that should have been ironed out in pre-season. How could you? Our football pitch. Our playing surface is a carpet. It is that the ground staff,
Bayless and everyone else,
Bayless and all that lot, they are
Yeah.
absolutely 10-10-P1. And you're telling me you can't pass a football on the ground 5 yards? It was pony, absolute pony. And when Lofty scored, I went, of course he has. When he came on, I actually thought to myself, do you know what would be hilarious? And what did he do, bro? He goes through the score. Like, I just, it just, you know, when Matt Taylor came out last season and said, these players are shit, you know, basically, and that after that Swindon away, what do you expect from this squad? I felt like Darryl was going to say the same thing. We're only 3 games in. It's worrying, man. It's worrying.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of people saying, yeah, I'm struggling to see how DC didn't see this before coming. I mean, I think he did, but he obviously thought that
they weren't as bad as we were saying.
This bad, because the thing is, he can, like,
crazy.
Even though I was, you know, annoyed that, and I get it. I get I think even if we would have probably been playing with even with a 4, it would have still been the same thing, because if, like, it's mad, isn't it? Because it's now what, 3 or 4 managers, you know, Taylor, Calderon, now DC, and you know the really frustrating thing is that I feel sorry for DC, but also, and by the way, I'm not saying that I want DC. I'm not saying he should be sacked, but a lot of people will start getting very annoyed if, like you said, if we lose again and again and again, and he keeps saying, you know, these players are fragile, these players have mentality, because he's already obviously said the same thing, you know, players are scarred, and it's so frustrating, but like, this cannot happen many more times. Like, at the end of last season, for the amount of chances, and it's not everyone, but most of the players from last season, the amount of chances they were given, it's crazy to me that they can keep still giving chances. Because if you're, and I get it, you know, we spent money on a lot of them as well. We spent money like 2-3K, a lot of them, and I get it. People winning around the club, and you know, the recruitment are probably thinking, oh, you know, we have to keep playing them because, you know, we spent money on them.
Failure,
but it comes to a stage where you have to get serious and say, you know, that we're seeing nothing.
No,
we're seeing not even 5-yard passes. You know, passes going out of play. You know, not making challenges. Just, oh my God, it really is crazy.
I agree with you, bro. It gets to the point where you look at the persistence with these players. And let me just start off by saying, I get it. Of course we have to. Yeah, they play for the football club. I get it. But there does come a point where you just want to say, what are we doing, lads? What are we doing? What? I think actually as well, I think there was a reason that Cowley recalled Kofi Shaw last season. You know, there are reasons that. It just winds me up, because I thought we got rid of most of the absolute shite, and just it's frustrating, because I'm annoyed that there's a cat. Bert, get out of the way. I'm annoyed that I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm annoyed that I'm still expecting these players to go, actually, we're not terrible footballers. And I don't even.
Thing is, they're not though.
Exactly.
That's what annoys me.
How are you this bad if you're not?
That's what annoys me. Yeah, that's what really annoys me, because like I find it hard, because even, you know, before they sign in, you know, I get it, right. I've spoke to a few of them even before, and you know, some of them obviously they know, obviously me and you do stuff and they see it sometimes, but it's frustrating because I like all of them, but it's hard, because when you're seeing like all these performances, you're thinking like, what is going on? Because I mentioned before we started talking about it, like, they've all done well where they've been. Like, Taylor Moore's a really solid pro. Hutchinson was doing bits for Walsall. Sotirio and Shaq, I was buzzing when they signed.
Yeah.
You know, both they've hit double-digit goals, etc.
Yeah.
You know, and it goes on like, and that's what really annoys me, because I get it. Sometimes, a lot of the time, especially, you know, when we're losing it at this stage, I do let my emotions like show too much, and I might get angry than I maybe should be, but I can't really help that. I'm just really, you know, sort of passionate, and, you know, want the Rovers to do well. It's just hard, man.
But it's also one why people want to hear what you have to say. You know, like you are the GOAT of YouTube for Bristol Rovers. Like, a lot of people wouldn't be doing this or caring as much about this stuff if you hadn't started it. So, and that comes from you being real. One thing I will also say as well, we both chat to a lot of the players. I would consider a few of the players actually, you know, boys of mine. They're good lads, and a couple of them are friends, but they are not going to get anywhere near as much. What's the word I'm looking for? That we are going to give them less of a scolding than Daryl Clark is in the changing room. You know, they've heard it. They'll know that they made that mistake in the moment. If you're a good pro, Taylor Moore, we all, you might not like him as a player, but off the pitch, great pro, lovely guy, and does a lot for a lot of people. What is going on with all these? But because he's such a good pro, immediately when that mistake happens at Fleetwood away, he'll know. And he'll hold his hands up to it. So we are fans of the club, just telling you what's happened. What frustrates me is the players that pull on the shirt that don't try. And that's what frustrates me. And with Taylor Moore, you can't say that he doesn't try. It's bad positioning, bad mistake, etc. I also think Harry Jenkins right there, shout out Harry as well, that is spot on. That is spot on. Camille Conte is brought in to break lines, break legs, if you know what I mean. He's there to be that big bullish guy. And you need to start utilising your players properly. Otherwise, there's going to be a bit of an issue. I don't want to get back to last season where we have to play Taylor Moore in central defensive mid. Although actually he did
he played well. He played
did
well.
Actually, so I take that back. Mate,
he was unreal against Huddersfield. DM.
Yeah, he did well, didn't he? But yeah, no, it's yes.
He was class.
You know where I'm going with that. You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, it's just so hard. Like,
where's the talent gone? Where is Isaac Hutchinson's 23-24 form gone?
Yeah.
Where's Real Satirius? Where's Shaq's? It's what is it at the gas that's actually what is causing this? I can't put my finger on it. Every time I talk to a couple of the players as well, and I say, bro, what's going on? They say, I don't know. Like, I don't know. We don't train in different.
It is really tough, because it's just, and I get it. Like, I've not played at obviously a really high level. Like, I've played like Conference North, like when I was 18 for a couple of games for Gloucester, but this it's when it goes on and on, in it, when there's sort of no change. Like, when you see like the same stuff every week under different managers, and you know, it's really, really tough. Like you said, like I just don't even know. Like, I'm almost running out of words, and I get it. Stuff might happen. I heard a few like bad things that happened with Hutch, and there's probably other stuff that's happened with players last season, like as in off the pitch. To do with stuff, and I get that, but it's just really tough, because when it keeps happening, and you know everyone is saying the same stuff, you know, it's just a case like that.
It's tough, but it also might just be the case of they had one really good season, and that was the exception to the rule, you know? Like, maybe we just have to accept some of these players aren't good enough, and that's okay, because what we've seen is Daryl Clark he's basically come out and said Dan Ellison isn't ready and Mika Anthony probably isn't good enough. That's what he's basically said in a nutshell, in a professional capacity.
Yeah.
If he makes one of those big calls or one of those calls with one of the bigger players, then that's like a statement. Like it's he needs to stamp down and be like, right, I'm making a decision, because sometimes persisting and thinking, I don't know if it's healthy. Make a decision, and if they're not good enough, they're not good enough. I know I always bring it back to Arsenal in some capacity, but I just always remember. Do you remember when Arteta throws out Aubameyang?
Yeah, when it was all going mad.
And because he was
late, he was
back,
like one of the best.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And he said, "I am the manager. I make these rules. If you don't follow someone needs to get a boot up these players' ass and say, you do realise you're playing in League 2, and you're giving me that effort." You go one step lower, team. It's like imagine, or you give that in the Prem. The step lower is a Championship. Fine. You go low. You step lower here. You're in the National League. You need to fix up. What are you doing? What are you doing? You've got. We need to move on because it's getting me stressed.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, thanks to Stephen as well for tuning in. And yeah, everyone else. There's Ben Rowland, Tom Butler saying get lock your back, even in Rob Stavek. Ben saying when Loft scored, my air gun at work got chucked at the wall. I mean, it's Ryan Loft. There's a comment. I don't know what language that is. But is it Fellaratali? They commented on my last video, but I couldn't copy and paste it and do I think it's Spanish, I think.
Where am I looking, brother?
It was 8:48, the comment. Can you see it? If you scroll up or down, and then you can see it. Number 5, Dale Bristol City A. I'm guessing he's scandalous. Scandalous.
8:58. I can't see anything at 8:58. I've got one at
48.
Okay, 8 out here.
Yeah.
He's basically saying that's Spanish. Number 5, Del Bristol Rovers es scandaloso, which means, or it's Italian. Basically, number 5 is scandalous. He's saying Alfie Kilgore. He's saying Alfie Kilgore is scandal, and then he's also then saying at 8:50, if I click this button as well, that he only plays long balls. Basically.
But that's everyone though. That's
also Alfie Kilgore, because he absolutely loves a switch of play, doesn't he?
Yeah, but that's the worst thing about the whole thing. It's not just, and yeah, like Jason said in the comments, it's literally like we haven't had a pre-season.
Sorry, I didn't even know he was there. Absolutely terrifying, Zuko. Can you get down?
But it's mad though, because it's true. Like in pre-season, and I get some of it, like Oxford away, we were really solid. Ellison, I think it was Ellison, Taylor Moore. I think Belongo played centre half. Like we were solid, and we were passing it on the floor in a lot of these games. But for some reason, we've just come to the season and just long balling it. Like, what is going on? I don't get it.
Same with last pre-season. Do you remember? We played really well last pre-season. We had a style of play, and then first game season gone.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
Weird. I don't really know, to be honest.
Crazy.
I don't.
Oh, apologies.
I don't know. Yeah, there's loads of comments. So I appreciate everyone.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, there are loads. I can't even keep up.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, saying about that.
I agree with that comment, mate. You go home and away.
Not just me though. Like everyone.
Everyone. But what I'm saying is, you say you shouldn't let it affect you. Financially, you're invested. I have a young family, so I don't go away days because I actually like spending time with my family and my boy. You know. So you're financially invested. Like you bleed blue, same as me, but you go up and down the country. You have every reason and every right to be annoyed, just as all the gasheads do. So don't ever apologize for the one thing I think you do well is, you remember that conversation we had with my dad at the pub once and saying about, effing and Jeff and all that lot. You articulate your anger very well, and that's not hard. That's not easy to do. So you rant away, my boy, because if anyone's entitled to, it's definitely you.
yeah. It's just it's one of those like that's what I mean. Like, it's just the whole thing, and it's mad. Like, there's so many of us. Like, even even to what was it, just under or just over 3,000 the other night at the Men, like, and
yeah,
just
for a Carabao Cup, I mean,
and it's just going on now, like so many, and it's happened now, like everyone, and I'm sure it's happened obviously even before we was all going, like obviously I get it, you know, it's not been the most, you know, there's been a lot of frustration and poor years and and the thing is, I get it. Like me and you still said, you know, we'll finish in the playoffs. I know it's a long season, and I know even under Joey and under DC the last time, like we've always started bad, but never for this amount of time. Like when it stretches on, and I don't really want to keep bringing it up from last season, but you sort of have to because that was the last time, you know, we won a game, etc. But when I can't remember. It might have happened in the early 2000s. I think the last time we went on such a really. I know under Matt Taylor we went like 7-8 games without a goal.
Yeah.
But
God.
But you know, it's just one of those. And, like,
we've had some tough times, mate, haven't we?
Yeah. Oh, trust me. But we've
got over 100 people watching live, by the way. Just thought I'd say.
Appreciate everyone. Class. Yeah, appreciate it. Hit the like button if you haven't already. The support is always class. So. Thanks to every single one of you. And I'm sorry if I can't get to all the comments, but yeah, just make sure you subscribe to this one if you haven't already, and make sure you subscribe to Josh. Yeah, we're both on the grind. So yeah, it would be really appreciate it. Yeah, every single one of you, whether it's a comment, like, share, follow on anything. So yeah, we really appreciate that. And apologies, like we're just trying to be, yeah, hopefully very soon, you know, we can be talking about happy days and wins, but yeah, it's just frustrating at the moment. But yeah, we have to keep on the grind because we're not just going to stop because we can't win a game.
Let me ask you one question, right? Before we move on to Chesterfield or whatever you want to do next. We are awful at the minute, right? I could never, regardless of what's going on at Rovers, I could never ever be red. I could never do it.
Oh, no, of course not.
I mean, I'm in this for life. I am married to this club. And I get so many comments on, and the reason I bring it up on TikTok.
Oh, yeah, all them
so many comments
on TikTok.
You know, just swap, just come over to you know, Trashton Gate. I could never. I'm locked in for this, baby. So whether you take me up and down, I'm here. But please just fix up because I want to be positive in my life, not negative. And they need to start winning games.
Yeah. But do you know what? There was actually a comment. When was it? I think it was near the end of last season. I can't remember the comment, but it was a Rovers fan. And I can't remember what the name was. I'll have to try and get it up. But he basically said, like, I'm gonna go and watch Swindon.
Really?
Swear on my life. And it was a Rovers fan because they'd commented on my stuff and I know they're Rovers. I can't remember who it was, but there was a comment like that and I'm like, nah.
I had someone last season saying, I know this is really controversial, but I would love City to go up to the Prem.
Yeah, even stuff like that. It's mad.
What?
It's mad.
He's like, it'd be great to see a Bristol club in the Premier League. Would it? I would be under that chair for the entirety of this season. What do you mean you want shit to win in the playoffs?
Oh, it's crazy.
Come on now. Anyway.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like that comment says basically. From Harry. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we can quickly. I know we've added Cambridge and obviously just our thoughts in general, like about everything. But let's quickly get on to I don't really want to keep talking about it, but we'll quickly talk about Fleetwood. For very quickly, and then we'll get on to Chesterfield and hopefully maybe talk about something better. And fingers crossed we can see. You never know. Like I said, it wouldn't be surprised if Rovers do turn up against Chesterfield because that's happens a lot of the time. But like you said earlier on the Hemmings versus Hainer, we got to remember it's away from home. But yeah, Fleetwood, yeah, it's one of those. I don't know. I said we'd win. Josh said we'd score 2 goals and drill 2-2. I think Neil nearly got it spot on. But I think he said 2-1 Fleetwood, didn't he? But
yeah, he did
2-0. No, he said 2-0 actually, and we actually scored
2-0. Yes,
I think. But yeah, we actually started quite well. But you know, like it's happened a lot, especially in this most recent run. When Rovers tend to start well. We don't score, and then we just give away two mad goals. And yeah, that yeah. I mean, I've seen Fleetwood just put in the 7 hours. Yeah, that was the. Oh yeah, don't even get me started on that. And Rovers, there was a lot of them that didn't even make it. Like the Gary Morris fun bus, and a lot of other people didn't even get there.
No,
like it was crazy.
Oh,
like,
I was following that on social media.
Oh my
Bro,
God.
my head would have been on Mars. Like, it's so far.
Yeah, it's crazy. It should
Crazy.
usually take around 4 hours, but
yeah.
it was a marathon. Yeah, some lorry or
Yeah,
whatever.
I did Fleetwood. I did Fleetwood years ago, and I felt like I was. You know when you drive to Gatwick Airport,
Yeah,
and you think, how are we not there yet? That's what it felt like.
It is one of those.
It is, yeah.
Well,
no, I mean, listen, the Fleetwood game, again, the defending.
Yeah, the 2 goals was mad.
Was just like I wanted to. Honestly, I was looking at it thinking, are we all right? Like, what is actually going on? Like, are we actually okay? Because there is something in that kind of inability to recognize danger that's worrying as a pro footballer.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, all right, you could argue maybe both are slightly offside, but listen, they are absolutely minimal shouts.
Yeah.
So that didn't lose us the game, and I find that we have a tendency, right, to start halves pretty well, and then we peter out, and that's a concern. And what happened again? We went to a 4 at the back, and we looked much better.
Yeah.
So does that not just FYI on the Cambridge game? What did everyone say when he put the lineup out? Oh, 4 at the back.
4-4-2, boys.
No, Ryan Howley, right centre back, and a 3.
Yeah.
I said, all right, okay.
I couldn't believe it when I got there. I was with Jan. I was like, hey, 3 at the back. But to be fair, like I said to you earlier, some Coventry fans did say, like in a couple of, I think it might have been his debut in another game as well, that he did play centre back. But he actually played well. But it was just it really annoyed me, and I get it, and I know we've seen Darryl. He can be very stubborn. But I just thought to myself, like, surely you've seen the difference it made when you changed it to a 4 at Fleetwood. And then, do you know what the thing is, which really annoyed me, is that he changed it to a 4 again at halftime again.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, like,
start with it.
Start with it.
You played 4-4-2 when you were at the Gas. Like, start with it. It's frustrating.
Yeah. Who's been? We'll get into that very soon.
I'm gonna have to change my mind now, aren't I? Oh,
you're gonna have to change it now. But
I've lost 2 points.
Yeah, before we get into Chesterfield, again, the thing that just worries me, and of course I'm really hoping I'll be there again on Saturday, backing the lads and whatever. But I'm really hoping it changes. But the one thing that is worrying me at the moment, it's not just that we're playing poorly, is basically we're not playing football. We're playing rugby. We're not playing the football on the ground. We're just hoofing it. Like, if we had, like, and I said to you earlier, and I said in my, like, reactions, like, McEachran for me has been really, really good.
Yeah.
Right? And if only
people
can get the ball on the floor like McEachran, and just, some of the balls he was doing at Fleetwood in behind was really good, and just keeping the ball. We need to keep the ball.
Yeah.
And I get it. In a lot of the games, we have had a lot of possession. But I mean, if it's, just enough of this hoofball, please. That's all I'm saying.
It's like that. I don't know where it's come from, that hoofball. Like, it's very rare nowadays that you see a team that is successful playing that style of play anymore. Why are you doing hoofball when you've got Fabrizio Caven and Ollie Dewsbury up top?
That's what I mean. That I felt sorry for them second half on Tuesday.
You've got Raul Sotiriou, Fabrizio Caven, you've got Ollie Dewsbury and LT.
Yeah.
And we're playing long ball.
We're just long balling it.
This is what I'm saying about the football IQ. Are you slow? Because what are we doing here? We have to adapt with the players who've got the pitch. If you've got Ellison Promise up top, I get it. But
yeah, it's fair enough.
I still don't want to see that.
Yeah, even then, no.
Like, oh yeah.
But let's get into Chesterfield. Chesterfield don't get any easier. Put it that way. Obviously, last season they lost in the playoff semis against Walsall, quite comfortably beaten in the end.
Yeah, they went down with a whimper in the end, didn't they?
Yeah. And it's interesting because you got a former Rovers player and a current Chesterfield player, both at left back, both going up against each other. So that should be interesting. As we know, Sparks was there last season on loan. He actually was doing quite well for them, and because Lewis Gordon got an injury, and of course he scored, didn't he? On Saturday. The most recent game they lost in the cup against Mansfield in the derby. Like Mansfield the seats were that away, and it's gonna be interesting to see if they sorted that out because they've ripped the seats up, kicked them, smashed it up. Like I know those two are really close. 2-0 Mansfield. But again, like I was looking at the stats of both teams, and it would be nice for us to have that. Like they both had 5 shots on target. Like, I forgot what it feels like to have 5 shots. So we've had 5 shots on target in the first 3 games this season.
Yeah, crazy.
But league form, they're currently 3rd, 11 on points with quite a few teams. Beat Barrow 1-0 at home. So if Barrow, I know it don't work like this because obviously we're on a bit of a slump, but if Barrow can only lose 1-0 on opening day at Chesterfield, then I'm just hoping it's got to be somewhat better than Tuesday. And then their most recent game, 2-0 away win against Chesterfield. Lewis Gordon and Duffy getting the goals. Usually line up in a 4-2-3-1. Got a lot of very good players. Experience-wise, like you got Paddy Madden, Will Grigg, Che Dunkley, Tom Naylor, Fadstein, who's 38. So a 38-year-old and a 32-year-old at centre-back for them. Signings in the summer. McKinday, he was on loan there last season, got him back on a free, I believe. They signed Duffy. I think it was, I don't know if it was the start of this season or in January, but they had him on loan. I think he's now permanent there. Bonis, the striker from the Eredivisie. Adam Lewis, the former Liverpool left back. He's a backup at the moment. Dibley Diaz, who I think got injured the other night. He's on loan from Fulham, and Sturrock as well in midfield, who a lot of us thought we was getting when we see that picture, even though he wasn't even a footballer. That guy, I think it was he was the guy I think that was on the road. You know, when we done the announced a new shirt and there was that DJ. It was him, and we all thought, a lot of us thought, "Oh my god, that's Sturrock in it."
That's a new signing.
So 4-2-3-1 experience. Paul Cook obviously got done very well last season. They'll be up there. What's your thoughts going into the game? Chesterfield, the players they've got, the form they're on, not conceded a goal yet in the league. What do you make of it?
Well, I think if we perform how we did against Cambridge, this could happen. And I don't want to see that. And that makes me very nervous because I do not want us to be a team that you can roll over and scratch the tummy. I don't like that. I don't like weakness. I don't like players that are weak in challenges, weak in tackles, weak in transitions. Because the last thing that Chesterfield are is weak. And I think that if we go up and we try and we play how we did against Cambridge and Fleetwood, they will absolutely pick us off. You're telling you've got Dylan Morkande, Armando Dobra, and Will Grigg running at you,
and Duffy as well.
And Duffy,
and Duffy.
It's terrifying, man. So we need to go there, chests out, stand firm, and we need to
play football.
Not underestimate this because I know it's League Two, but these are a team that are flying on and off the pitch.
Like you said earlier, going up was we're on the
Yeah,
downward.
we did this, didn't we? We're going up, they're going down. And that could be a real concern. What did you say this could be? It could be another.
Could be another Lincoln.
There we go. So it could be another Lincoln.
That's only if we play like we did on Tuesday.
Yeah. And then,
because that was the pits, if you will. Stephen as well. Thanks for the comment as well. Mansfield, that's like how they signed. That's the difference. They like Liam Roberts, who was at Barnsley, I think Millwall, Middlesbrough as well, and I think he was at Northampton in their promotion season. They signed him on a free mind, Mansfield, in the summer. That's a mad signing, and apparently because of he was class, they won the game. To be fair, I did see a few comments saying that.
So it shows you Chesterfield were peppering him.
Also, John Fleck is, I think, back from injury. That's what I mean. How the hell is he? How the hell is he in League Two, man?
What a player!
That's mad. And he's not even. What is he? 33? I don't think he's even that. Like, he's not like ancient like McFadstein. Like, he's 33. Like, he's like their Paul Coots. Their Paul Coots.
Don't mention that legend. You'll spawn Neil by mentioning Paul Coots.
Neil's gonna come up in a minute.
Just be like,
Yeah, 33. Yeah, 33. A lot of good players. He should be returning from injury, but even then, he won't start because Ryan Stirk and Tom Naylor, what a partnership that is.
Yeah, they're nailed on.
Older, younger, quality.
Proper centre mid partnership that is. I like it a lot.
It's just. It's one of those, isn't it? Because that's what I mean. We're not going there with, early kickoffs as well. We're not good on Sky either.
Never.
Early game. I mean, luckily I'm going up on the Friday. Ben, who's in the comments, is picking me up tomorrow around lunchtime. So we'll be traveling we're staying in Lincoln, and then we're going because it's only about half hour from Lincoln. But
you sharing a bed or?
No. No. Maybe if we were, we're winning, we might. But to be fair, we should have cuddles at the moment because I need therapy, man.
You both need a hug.
We need a hug, mate, because honestly,
you've been putting miles under that hood. I tell you that.
I just can't, man. We need to, we need to fix up and start well. I think we said earlier, if we concede early, then
good night, Irene.
Yeah, it's going to be one of them. Right, let's get into predictions now. Lineup and score predictions. I'll tell you Neil's lineup and his score prediction first. Of course, let us know in the comments below if you're watching back. Leave your predictions as well. So, Neil, can you guess what Neil's gone for?
A loss, and I think he's gone for a 3-1 loss.
3-0.
Oh, I was close. Yeah, of course he doesn't think we'll score.
Yeah, he's gone 3-0.
Negative Neil strikes again.
Wait till we say our prediction.
I know. Wait till we say our. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Me and Josh. We always try and be positive, optimistic.
We get bantered for it. I get called deluded. I get called blind. I get called, but.
I mean, what do you want us to say? Literally, what do you want us to? We're only going off the back of what we've seen on Tuesday, so but Neil's team, by the way, is a 4-3-1-2.
I like that. That's what I like that a lot.
Yeah, so he's gone for Southwood in goal, Southern Hell's right back, left back Jack Sparks. He's gone for Kilgore and Ellison in centre half. A midfield, a midfield three of Conte, McEachran and Howley, and then Hutchinson in the 10, then Fabrizio and Ellis up top. That's his team. But let us know your predictions. We've already got Tom Butler saying 2-0 Chesterfield. We've got another comment from Ben, I think it was. It's quite funny actually, because he's gone 3-0 loss and then he's gone -0. Benjamin, you're the negative one, all right? Calm down. But let us know. Keep getting in your Yeah, M Dubs as well. Appreciate you tuning in. I've never predicted Rovers to lose in 25 years. Well, there we go. Yeah, we go. So I'm guessing you're predicted a gas win then. Hopefully, though, I wouldn't be surprised if Rovers turn up because I don't know. Yeah, new challenge gets nil score. Saying Lewis. Yeah, appreciate you tuning in.
That's a fun game.
That is a fun game, to be fair.
Oh, I like it. I love that, Lewis.
Yeah, that is a fun game. Michael Dunn as well said 3-0 Rovers. The clue is amazing. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Oh my, that would be crazy, but it's never going to happen. But who knows? It could happen, but let's hope Chesterfield have got a few injuries and a few illnesses to half of their team. Right, Josh, I'll get into your lineup first. What are you going for your starting 11?
My lineup is going to be a 4-4-2. I'm going to go Southwood in goal. I'm going to go Macaulay Southern Hales on the right. And then a centre-back partnership of Alfie Kilgore and Clinton Mola. However, now that we've signed Lopata, I'm not quite sure. But I'll just keep it consistent. I'll go Mola just to keep it consistent. But I'll change that probably from next week. But just so it's the same on each one. Left back, Jack Sparks. Centre mid pairing of McEachran and Conte. I hear shouts for Howley, and I really do, by the way. But I just think if Conte's played in the right position and on form, which he hasn't been awful in the first couple of games. It was only Tuesday.
He was poor in the first half at Fleetwood.
Everyone was.
No, not everyone.
Okay,
most of them, but
not everyone. We liked how promised. I get it. Anyway, I just think the way that he is as a pro, I think he's gonna look to put it right on this weekend, and a little bit of fire in the belly. I think that might be decent. But I would have no quibbles if Howley played. I really wouldn't. And then the wingers, I would go LT on the right because we don't really have any other option. But he needs to start being more selfish here. You need to shoot now. You need to start shooting. And then on the left-hand side, I'd go Neil's favourite player, the Cypriot star boy, Ruel Statirio. And then up top, I would go Promised on with Cherry. And I would go Fabrizio Caven.
Yeah, keeping up with your... Yeah, for me, I mean, to be honest with you, I really wouldn't... Well, Darryl probably is going to go for a free.
He will.
He's probably going
to... I don't want to see it, but he will.
No. Forget. Do you know the most annoying thing about that is as well? We've not even been playing a free with wing backs. We've been playing a back five because our wing backs haven't been able to get forward.
No, we've just been pegged back.
It's literally been like a back five, literally pegged back, not been able to get out of the half. So I think it probably will go with a free, but for me, I would go, Luke in goal, Senior, Kilgore, if he's fit, by the way, because DC did say come off with a little bit of that worries me a lot personally. But Kilgore, Lopata, the Polish centre back in the back line, and then Sparks at left back. And that's the thing, because of the lack of wingers, and I really hope we sign some, but I don't know if we are. I'm going to go Promise right mid in his position that he played at Fleetwood for the most part, and the position where Darryl played him second half against Fleetwood. Although that was a wing, but just let him stay high. Thomas on the left because he seems to be better at creating chances and crossing than he is at shooting at the moment anyway. Two midfielders, Howley deserves a start.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say McEachran as well. Like you said, Conte was poor. If he does play, hopefully he can't be as bad as what he was Tuesday. But I'd go Howley. I think he deserves it. McEachran I think he's been our best player so far. Two up front, Fabrizio and Ellis. So that would be my starting 11, of course, let us know in the comments as well. Right, let's get on to predictions then. Josh, what are you going for? You think we'll win? Think we get a cheeky win?
Yeah, I think no, I don't. Unfortunately, I can't see it. There is, and that's not even me being negative. It's just in a world where, like, okay, imagine you're a person who isn't a Rovers fan, and you look at the record we've had all season away. You're back in Chesterfield.
100%.
100%. So
they'll be on all the ACCAs. All of them.
You know what? I'd love to see what the odds are on Rovers to win. Can someone in the comments, Benji, if you're there, just what are the odds on Rovers to win on Saturday? Someone, please, just pop it in there. I just want to see.
I might actually stick it up when I've had
on the way.
Yeah, when I'm on when me and Ben meet up with Jake on tomorrow night, and after I've had about 4 or 5 pints on the Friday, I might end up putting it on,
50 quid on Rovers. Yeah, I can't see it. I'm just following the pattern here. If we don't win away games, we're not winning this season. We haven't won a game in 13 games in total, or whatever it is. We've only scored 1 goal all season, and that was a penalty. This is Chesterfield. They are absolutely, literally British Airways at the minute. They are flying. So, that being said, I'm going to go Chesterfield 3, Bristol Rovers 1. Why not? I want to see a goal. Do you want my goal scorer now?
Yeah. Give me, both for both teams if you want.
Oh, you naughty pig. I'm actually going to go Markande, Grigg, Dobra, because I think that they're a lethal. Ooh, that was so Bristolian. Lethal. Front three. And I just did it. I'm so tired. And for us, I'm going to go Big Promise. Why not? I think you said something really, really true, I think.
What about his second best performance at Fleetwood?
I agree. I think he was really superb. And I think that he was much, much better. So I'm going Promise to get on the score sheet. 16-5, mate, is the odds.
Say that again?
16-5 is the odds for us to win.
Wow.
I'm also looking at that thinking, is that it?
Yeah. That's what I mean. When you take everything into account, that's pretty mad, to be fair.
Yeah. So 3-1 Chesterfield, and Promise to get our goal.
Yeah. Neil, by the way, has gone Duffy, Grigg, and McFadstein to score for them. So yeah, M-Dubs has gone 1-0. To Gas, I reckon, because like he said, he hasn't said Rovers to lose in 25 years. Yeah. Harry Jenkins has gone 2-0 Chesterfield. Jason MH has gone for a 1-1. Can you imagine? Even if we get a point, I'd be shocked.
I would take that. I really would.
Yeah, 100%. Just need to see better. You need to see better.
Just need to see something.
Yeah, something. Yeah. Lewis has gone 2-1 loss for the Gas. Gas meltdown when we lose to Chesterfield, Oldham, and Cambridge. Saying Harry, that's what I mean. We need to. Casey 3-1. If that's Kate's Casey, then up the Gas, up the youth. Realist, yeah, and that's what I mean. Me and Josh are finally being a realist when it comes to Rovers predictions. There we go.
I listen. I get people who say to me, "Oh, Neil's so negative," and like that. He perfectly anchors me and Char. Like, you can't have the talking gas without Neil. Do you know what I mean? Like, we are the optimists and realists, and he's the one there. You could even argue that with the career he's had, he's been there, done it. Like, I'm not saying at the levels of, League Two, and Prem and all this, whatever. But he's had a very decent footballing career. He knows what he's talking about, and it's stuff that Charlie and I won't be able to comment on because we've never been in that situation, So he's negative. He is negative, and he would even admit that himself. However, annoyingly.
Yeah, not a lot.
He's always right.
He gets it right. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
Oh, so annoying.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's crazy. Steven says, play the kids or someone with some passion. Can't keep playing the same players expecting a different outcome. It's hard following this shower of.
What's
Yeah.
that? What is that saying? What is it? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
And
doing the same thing
expecting
over
different
again.
results or something like
Yeah.
that. I get that. I understand that comment.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yambi Simpson, if we're struggling for goals, do we re-sign Mr. Coldplay when fit? I think we will sign him eventually. If he gets fit, I think we will. But we shouldn't be relying on a
48-year-old Chris Martin.
Yeah, on a bloke that turns 37. I think 2 weeks
Mental.
after 2 weeks after me. Like,
But let me just say one thing.
but he's quality though. I seen him.
That bloke is,
Yeah,
though.
yeah. I
What
seen him
a
the other
finisher.
night. It was some. I was with Jan in that, and some bloke was talking to some bloke was going off on one. I don't know his name, but he was going mad. Like he was like red face, eyes popping, that sort of thing, right? And Chris Martin walked past, and this bloke goes to him, "Oh, Chris, we need you." And he was like, "Oh," because he's obviously nowhere near fit yet.
No, nowhere near.
But yeah, he's quality. He's won. He's in my lifetime supporting Rovers since 07. He's the top 5 strikers we've had easily.
I said top 3.
Yeah. Like
I said top 3. I think
Martin,
he's the top 3 finishers of my Rovers career.
The thing is, it's just all types of goals as well. All types.
Ridiculous finish.
Like, look at some of the finishes. Like, it's
ridiculous finisher. He just unfortunately can't get into the same positions as he used to.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the service as well. That's the problem as well. Like, I feel sorry for our strikers in a way because we're not getting service. We're not creating chances. That needs to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that needs. Yes, someone Nick Bad saying the odds for the game is a miracle to 1. Oh my god. Andy Robbins saying 2-0 Chesterfield. 4-0 Chesterfield says LPP. I think that's is that super Ben? If it is, then hope you're well, mate. Ben Rowland 1-1, Kilgore to score. Max has gone 2-1 Chesterfield. He never says a good. Ben said he never says a good thing about Rovers or all the fans. -0. Ross saying 0-0, 2 missed penalties each, both missed.
Wow. That's a good crazy prediction, isn't it?
You're looking good for
30.
Yeah, it's because
I'll hide my hairline there.
It's because Martin's also a Scorpio, so yeah. Obviously, I meant. Well, everyone knows I'm not 37 anyway, but yeah, I'll be 29 soon, so I'm getting on. I'm into my prime. Right. Yeah, you said your score prediction, haven't you? 3. Yeah, what did you go? 3-1, wasn't it? Yeah, I've gone. Wow. I want to say a win, but if I'm being realistic, I'm agreeing with a lot of Rovers fans in the chat and -0. I'm going 3-0. 3-0 Chesterfield. I just can't. I've just got to really, if there was something to sort of get behind, and if we'd have beat Cambridge convincingly, I'd have been like, after that win, we might. And obviously, we're hoping if we do get our first win, but I just can't. Hopefully, it can happen against Cambridge. Well, hopefully, it can happen this weekend, but I can't see it. At least until we play Oldham. I mean, even then, every game will be a challenge, even if we're on form or not. But yeah, I'm going 3-0 Chesterfield. I'm going Dobra. I'm going Dobra, Makinde, and Che Dunkley, because we love to concede and we still look a bit dodgy from set pieces.
That's a great shout. From a corner, it will be, won't it?
Yeah. Corner or free kick.
On the noggin, happy days.
Yeah. I really hope we don't lose. But yeah, what can we say? Hopefully, really soon we can be talking about better things. But yeah, at the moment it's just what can we do? What can we do? Matt Bray, even to you as well. Also not convinced new keeper is better than Ward. Not convinced Kilgore's any better than Wilson. Love Ellis makes Promise look even worse as centre forward. Hope the Swiss chap makes an impact. Yeah, that's fair.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with a couple of those things, but I don't agree with the Promise one.
Yeah, it's all different. It's all different.
They're different players,
opinions and stuff. Yeah, players, different opinions, players. But yeah, we can end it now. Thanks to everyone that has tuned in. Loads of you tonight, consistently near 100 people watching live. So yeah, we really appreciate you supporting, both of us supporting the channel. Yeah, just keep up the really good work. Appreciate the nice comments. Yeah, follow us on socials. Josh, anything you want to add before we end?
Yeah, I mean, thank you for all the constant support over the summer as well. I think we've both our following has gone up over the summer, and it's I can't wait to get back to the mem. I've been a bit all over the place at the minute. I've been here, then, and everywhere. It's my son's birthday on the 23rd of August, so I'm not at the mem then as well. So I'm itching to get back, and it would be good to see a few of you people there as well, because it's always a lovely vibe walking down, and with my dad and with Char and everyone from the pub, and I'm really excited to get back. So thank you for the constant support, and Charlie as well, for you, my friend. I've already said this, but congratulations on 6,000, bro. I mean, that is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, if you had a nickname, it would be Stuart Pendus. You are absolutely superb, and you thoroughly deserve 6,000. And you have really found a way to connect fans in this football club and create a space to talk. So yeah, man, I'm really proud of you as well, and just keep smashing it as well. I'm really happy to call you my best mate. So well done.
Pleasure, man. Yeah, appreciate it. But yeah, shout out. It was actually shout out to, even going back. It's shout out. Do you know the main man back in the day that made me? Well, I've always wanted to do it anyway, but I've had a really bad. Well, I said it before, but if you knew me when I was younger, and if you went to Air Balloon Primary, where I used to go in the Grange, you honestly, I used to hate talking in front of anyone, even family members. Like, I would stutter, So yeah, if it wasn't for Jake Barber is the real goat. With when he used to do the pie ratings, and I remember in the conference and stuff like that. But yeah, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, it's just that's why when a lot of people go, you might realize when I say obviously and like a lot, I don't mean to say it. People might get frustrated, but that's sort of one of those words that adds in there, so I don't stutter and so I don't go back to it, because trust me, it was a shambles back in the day, in talking. But yeah, appreciate the kind words, Josh. Same to you, man. Keep up the grind. You're the TikTok goat, so yeah, you keep smashing it. Thanks to everyone that's tuned in. Really do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, follow the Talking Gas. Me and Josh, Neil. Shout out to Neil as always. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Up the gas.
Up the gas.